Welcome back to another episode of the All Out NRL Fantasy. Actually, the final episode. I'm joined by Michael Jones. The man, Mick, is back from his trip. How are you, brother?
I'm great, brother. Good to be back. Good to be home.
How's that NRL fantasy knowledge, brother?
Oh, I'm a casual now, I'll admit. Tried to watch as much footy as I could, but...
The time difference would have been disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to get a VPN, trying to watch the games. One game I did watch was the Dragons on the weekend.
Oh, dear.
It's probably the last time we should talk about that.
Oh, it's likewise with the Broncos as well, brother. They were both awful performances.
Yeah.
I'd say the Dragons were actually better than the Broncos on the weekend.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, the trip was good.
Yeah.
Brother's wedding, Northern England, then sort of travelled around Europe a bit.
Yeah, some lovely fantasy team updates at some lovely locations, brother.
Yeah. I think we've done the same video like 3 times, but...
Oh, it does well, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for
anything for views.
Our England fans as well. One of them did comment on
the one at Old Trafford?
Yeah, he's like, you're in my neck of the woods.
I didn't even go in.
Yeah.
Because I've already been in there.
Oh, well. Shout out to our England fans if you are listening. But look, let's go into our team on the weekend, brother. We were only able to field 16 players due to
How we going, brother?
The restings. Yeah, so we made a few ranks. We went from 1,190th to 1,036th. I think it would have been a bit lower, but Ponga's performance on the weekend, I think, shifted a fair few people past us, unfortunately. And yeah, look, we finally got our captaincy right after DCE stinker last week. Isaiah Yeo with the captaincy this week, 170 as captain.
I was quite disappointed to see we captained DC last week.
Well, he bounced back 60 points this week.
Very true.
Or last week, should I say. But Fafita and Keon have been very disappointing.
Fafita, I feel like Fafita re-signed for the Titans, and since then he's been really poor.
Well, he actually today got confirmed that he's out for the rest of the season. Well, there's only 1 week left, but he's set for surgery. So I reckon he was playing injured the last few weeks.
He may have been.
Because his scores have been very diabolical. And Keon, I think, got sent off on the weekend. So that didn't, or sin bin, should I say. So that really didn't help his cause either. But he's really struggled. He's had like a couple of good games since Murray's come back.
Yeah, I know he cost me my Supercoach title. Keon.
Dear. Yeah, not good. But hey, look, performances, the hammer was exceptional moving to the centres. Finally got us a great score of 71 points. Jaden Campbell bounced back as well for 72. Garrick as well, 66, and then DCE 60.
As long as we finish within the top 1,000, I'm pretty... I'm not going to say I'm happy with our year. Our standards are pretty high, but top 1,000 is nothing to laugh at.
No,
nothing to sneeze at.
I'm pretty happy with how we've finished the year, considering how we started it. I
feel like I've been following our rank for the last 10 weeks. I'm 956.
Yeah, you've been very special, brother, and been very close to us the whole season. Yeah, you can't really complain. I think from where we started to where we are now.
If we were to blame one trade week,
the first
what would it be?
Ryan Madison trade.
Shout out Cordless.
We got him in.
We got him in twice.
We got him in twice. The second time was at least a bit better.
You blaming that trade?
I don't know. Was there one other one that was really diabolical?
Rushton.
that was
a
couple of years ago.
No, I think just maybe a couple of errors, not getting certain players
we missed out on.
That's a big one.
That was a big one.
That's good scores.
That was our
400K he made.
That was our Bryce Cartwright from last year. If you put it, we didn't get Bryce Cartwright last year. But yeah, look, I'm very happy with how.
Why do we fall Dor to get ourselves back up? So next year we're going to be top 100.
Exactly. Yeah. Overall, I reckon first next year.
Yep.
Top 100, I'd be absolutely stoked with.
Here's a shout. If we don't come top 100 next year, we'll quit.
Oh, dear.
And sell the page.
Definitely not. Anyway, let's go into the standings for the all-out comp, Mick. We're at the nitty-gritty end of the season. 1 round to go.
In terms of NRL or fantasy?
Fantasy.
Well with respect, I reckon 95% of players don't have any trades left.
I'd say so, brother. I think that's a good thing. Or
99.
probably why our buy, hold, sell segment will be about like 30 seconds long at the end of this page. Just basically buy anyone that is playing and get rid of anyone that's not. But look, Kai V, Vincenzo's, I think his team name is. He's sitting second in the world. He got 1,013 last week. He is in the box seat to take home the all-out merch.
What a prize.
He is, oh, well, I say the box seat, but Warriors, Kushla L is just behind Vincenzo's. I think, 33 points behind. So it's going to be a tight finish.
I wonder, the guy coming first, he's obviously not in our league. Would you rather come first and win all that money or come second, join our league and win all that hat? I think that's an easy answer. Win the hat.
So yes, Vincenzo is in the box seat for the all-out merch. That we move to tipping. Let's have a look here. If the
I've done my tips for at least a month.
Well, that's not good, Mick. We had a stinker last week. There was just upsets on upsets on upsets last week. So I'll have to potentially get that up on the phone. I can get up the. We haven't really talked about this much, but there is a Supercoach league for All Out, and yes, there is.
Are we delving into Supercoach? Is that a bomb?
Yes, potentially next season.
All Out
yes,
FC.
Definitely a bit more. Well, look, we're still going to be doing the
all
fantasy
out AFL
stuff.
fantasy, all out BBL fantasy.
Oh Jesus, I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here, Vic. I'm just trying to get up the league here for the All Out Public League. Here
Should I
No, it's all right. I've got it.
I've
got it here, I believe. The All Out NRL League, yes. We have Unknown 98.
Wow.
Wasim is leading.
Could be a bot.
31,018 points total for the season.
Shout out to that guy. He's been waiting for a shout out on the podcast. He's just not.
1,299 points last week. Let's see where his overall rank is 397th for Supercoach.
Respect.
So that is a pretty good effort from him. Look, my computer's absolutely cooked itself, but I've got the tipping on my app, so I will be able to give that. Here we go. All Out NRL. We are 478th, Mick. Nixon Combs is leading.
Right, Nixon Combs.
Yeah, Nixon Combs, 137 points.
Great comms from him.
Yes, and another Michael. Michael A is in second place with 135
That's good to hear. Guess we should move on to the TLT.
Oh, let's move, Mick.
Are we basically saying this is our last sort of fantasy podcast?
Yeah,
because next week, I guess, is when those titles
are
reinforced, but it's probably when we're going to start going into a
bit
more footy talk.
I think so, brother. We'll see what happens. This is definitely the last, I'd say, fantasy thing. Like you said, we might touch on.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to talk about, who's going to make
finals
the eights
and stuff like
who's
that.
Who's going to win. But
we can touch on that, I think, at the end to give some predictions who we think from who'll go on. But do you want me to start us off, brother, for the TLT? Well, it is my pathetic Broncos from the weekend versus the Storm, who are
they're getting railed.
Very well rested. So Stags is out with a quad injury. Cobbo moves to the centres. Corey Oates will get his swung son on the wing. So good on Corey.
That's great to see.
Yeah, it looks like he's retiring at the end of the season. Oh, Fletcher Baker.
It's not great to see, but it's great to see he's been named. And
well, I'm just glad if he is that the word is that he is retiring, that he's been able to come in and he'll play his final game.
I feel sorry for Whitehead.
Yes.
He won't be able to have that luxury.
Yes, we will touch on that later. So we've got Fletcher Baker. Oh, Fletcher Baker joins the front row with Payne Haas, who was huge last week for fantasy owners. 91 points, has been left out. Piakora is injured, so there's a fair few injuries again for the Broncos, replaced by Hunt. And Xavier Willison has got a one-match ban, so Kobe Hetherington comes on the bench. Look, the Storm have just got a heap of changes. Really, all their starting players are all back.
Yeah.
The only omissions is Ryan Pappenhausen is out, and then Falongo is at fullback.
Falongo, sorry. Yeah, he might be the most entertaining player in the NRL. It is hysterical.
He could even be a buy this week.
No, well, yeah. If you got to
If,
trade,
yeah, if you want to trade a good player.
back to my point. I just love seeing him do it a goosey, run 50
Oh,
meters, then
yeah.
get smacked and drop the ball.
Yeah, he did do that.
Goosey inside his own touch goal, touching line.
Yeah. Oh, Xavier Coates is back on deck, but he is named in the extra, the reserves, the 18 to 22. So he's been out for quite a while, Xavier Coates.
Good to see him back.
Yeah, well, hopefully he makes his return sooner rather
What's
than later.
the line? I'm going to say the line for this game is 30.
I'd say, 30.
Maybe being too critical.
I reckon 18.
Okay. Next game is Tigers Eels. The
Yeah.
spoon.
Oh,
Battle
the
for the
spoon
spoon.
bowl. Spoon bowl. This is
I-
the entertaining fixture, this one.
Compared to previous years, I don't think these two teams are that terrible.
No.
Like, they're obviously bad, but compared to other spoon teams, then they're better.
Yep.
Like, the Eels have been unfortunate this year, and the Tigers are definitely improving.
100%.
In terms of the team lists, Caesar's been named to play, but I know he's got that shoulder injury. Not really much, is it? Josh Fellerty?
Comes into the centres,
I think he's played one game before, I remember.
Junior Tupu plays his last game for the
Yes,
Tigers
where he's
before he
going
goes
Dolphins.
to Finns, yeah.
It's a good signing. Bit of talent.
And Alamalo is out with concussions for the
Yep.
Tigers.
For
If
the
you wanna go through
Eels,
the Eels, yeah.
Tuolagi is back. Sean Lane reverts to prop.
Big
That's
Shawnee
something I
Lane.
missed. Shawnee Lane
Yeah,
now
he
a
has
prop, is
played
he?
a bit of prop. Yeah.
Interesting. Seriously, they got to sort out their forward pack.
They got too many.
Just offload some people.
Yeah.
Dragons will gladly take Matter. Ogden goes to the bench.
Yep.
Shawnee Russell on the wing, and yeah, that's about it really.
Yeah.
Next game, Rabbits Roosters.
The Sydney Derby. Oh.
Does bring it some concern, especially last week. I know we'll probably talk about that later or maybe on future podcasts.
We'll talk
The
about
Roosters'
it now.
injuries. Is that just pure dumb luck? Seems to be a consistent theme with them. Having a couple of ACL injuries in the same game. I think they've done it on 4 separate occasions over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Is
no
the
one
season
likes to
too
see it.
long?
No.
27 rounds.
Well, you only play 24 because you have 3 buys.
True, but just in general.
I think the season will be shortened when we get even amount of teams. But look,
Well, I know an
it's a
argument
good question.
is if they reduce the games, then the contracts are probably going to go down.
Yeah.
Because you're playing less games, less money for
Broadcasters.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to discuss.
100%.
I think with these injuries in the back end of the season, obviously ruining the finals product, like the Roosters, I don't want to say they're no chance. They're still going to be a genuine threat.
No, there's
but
still a chance.
without maybe their top 3 best player, and then Brandon Smith as well, it's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating.
Oh, Jackie Whiten's out.
So yeah, let's go back to the actual team list. Yeah,
Yes.
Jackie Whiten is outdoor. You're right.
Yeah, Cody
Richie
Walker.
Knar recalled on the wing. Look, a lot of this is just...
Oh, Fletcher Myers got dropped. That's diabolical. That man was going well on the wing for the Bunnies.
Was he?
Yeah, it wasn't
Can't say I
going
was
too
watching-
bad.
I've been watching the Bunnies the last few weeks.
Yes, no, that's quite surprising. He was going well.
So it looks like Sam Smith will be the
He's going to be the
the
half.
replacement.
It looks like.
He's a good player.
Yep.
And then Connor Watson into hooker.
Yep,
That's a great
fine.
replacement. That's lovely. And then
Nat Butcher's out with concussion protocols.
yeah, I know Victor Radley did his fractured scapula.
Yep, that's it. Yeah,
So Tipinor will
he
be in
could
the
be
back
back
row.
for the finals, but yeah, we'll have to wait.
It's tough.
And see.
That's what Cronk did. So he
Yeah,
could play. He'll just be under immense pain.
Suwali back in the centres. Jennings to 18th man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Su'a
so off
Wong's
I'm
back.
so off the Roosters.
Yeah, okay.
Like, how do you not beat the Raiders?
Yeah, that was diabolical. Just diabolical.
But in terms of fantasy and obviously the Dragons, I don't think it would have mattered to make the top 8 because it would have been Finns, Knights regardless.
Yeah.
Next game is the Dragons Raiders. Either team could make the 8 if Knights or Dolphins tie. I think that's what
Yeah, I
the
think
situation is.
I think so. Because the for and against for both the Dragons and Raiders is
They stink.
124
We stink,
and
respectfully.
129.
How do you
in the
not lift that
negatives.
game? You bums.
No, it's the same with the Broncos, brother. Both are out We're
No, but
both
the
in money.
Dragons have lost 2 weeks in a row in games that were very winnable, especially this week.
Yeah, they need the Dolphins and Newcastle to draw, and then they have to win. That's
Yeah.
the only way, unless they win by like 100 points.
Sula returns, which is, I think we've missed him. Jack Bird into the centres. And youngster King Togia.
Yeah, King Togia. Yeah.
Apologies for the mispronunciation. He slots in at 5'8". I've heard big things about him.
He looked all right.
We need a young gun to come into our spine and perform. So hopefully he goes well. Fago to the wing. Ravalawa was terrible.
And Jacob Little Willie, he was our number 1 buy of the week last week.
Mate, I've been talking him up all year. And how underrated he is.
Yeah, and then he gets laid out. Diabolical.
Yeah. That ruined a few seasons, I know.
Personal reasons. Oh, dear.
I think his...
and it's not good either with Mulison.
His partner had a baby.
Yeah.
They had a baby.
Mulison is on the bench now, so that's not good for Little. I would not recommend buying him this week.
For the Raiders, Fogarty returns. Strange returns.
Special.
Weeks at fullback.
Yeah, Rapana's gone for the season. That's his end of his NRL career. I think he's heading over to the Super League as well.
Oh, wow.
So
when was that announced? Or was that always the plan?
I'm pretty sure they announced. I think it was always the plan.
And then
anyway, we won't go into
Whitehead suspended, so that's an unfortunate end to his career.
Yeah,
good servant to the Raiders.
100%. Diabolical couple of things he did in that game, but like you said, it's not good that he has to end his time last week.
He's probably the first to make the transition from England to the Raiders specifically, or maybe Hodgson. Built that connection.
Hodgson and Whitehead,
built that connection, which they've obviously
Smithies has come
still
across,
getting,
and then
exactly.
I think they're getting someone else again next year. So 100% Mick. Should I move on to the Doggies and Cowboys,
you go through
brother?
it, Dor.
Yes. So Stephen Crichton returns from suspension in the centres and will partner Kiraz with Bronson Sherry, serving a 1-game ban. Matt Burton won't play, which is big news after failing his HIA last week. So Drew Hutchinson returns. Hutcho
Great
is back
see.
in the 6th jersey.
Wow.
This is a big game.
He's going to lift.
This is a big game, by the way, because the winner of this secures a home final.
5th.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So it's both
Mate,
the Dogs.
Hutcho will lead him to the promised land. We both know that.
Yes, yeah. So whoever wins this game secures 5th. And they could also...
if they win, do they drop Burton, keep Hutchinson?
No. Burton's been outstanding. Anyway, just the one change to the Cowboys squad that downed the Storm with McKaylee back from a hamstring injury on the bench, and Jackson Purdue makes way. Fine Fukiaki is in the extended squad and could be a late call-up as he looks to return from a hand injury. Do you want to go for the Panthers-Titans, or do you want me to keep cooking?
Yeah, I'll go Panthers-Titans.
Fire away, brother.
Sorensen returns. That's it.
Yep, Garner back to the bench and Eisenhuth to 18 man. So, not much. Good in for the Panthers, though, to have Sorensen back.
He's a good player.
100%.
Titans.
Keeney's back.
Keeney is back, overcoming a cork.
Yep.
David Fafita won't play. Surgery on his ankle, as we mentioned before. Haas into the starting side. They've been pretty poor the last few weeks, haven't they?
Yeah. Aramara. How is that how you pronounce it? Makes his NRL debut.
Hau,
yeah. And Jacob Ailett's back.
Yeah, he's back.
He is back. All right. Sea Eagles versus Sharks. We're nearly done. Kohler gets the nod at fullback. Oh.
Don't buy.
No.
He'll get injured.
This is going back to the earlier in the season.
Actually, no, you could buy.
The headaches.
You could buy because there's no round 28. If there was a round 28, then he'd be injured.
So they're hopeful that Turbo is only just going to be missing the 1 week after his AC shoulder injury. Clayton Fualalo comes in on the wing for Jason Saab, who's hurt his ankle. And Ben Travojevic has been added to the bench after he was 18th man last week. With the Sharks, center Jesse Ramian and Ronaldo Mulatalo are back on deck. So Dan Atkinson, who's just been outstanding for the Sharks with their injuries this season.
Atko's been probably the most surprising player. Well, we knew how good he was,
Yeah.
but I'm sure for a lot of NRL fans how good he's been.
Just in the
They have
clutch
to
moments.
figure it out.
In the clutch moments, he's been special. Like you think about it, the Storm, he kicked the field goal. I'm pretty sure it was to win.
Led them.
And then he kicked the. I think it was another.
Well,
field
it just
goal.
goes to show
just
he's
really clutch.
He's better as a half when he's leading the team around.
Yeah.
Which may be what their philosophy is with going with Trindle, compliments Hines, but them losing doesn't bode well. And I don't think I think he can play in the centres and wing, but
I think he's definitely
full
a
back
half.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think he's
bench
definitely
suits.
best 7. Like he's been
Definitely.
definitely was being great leading that
Hines
team.
has to have a big game here.
And it's also good for, I think, Hines as well, because Atkinson's putting a bit of pressure on him now because they've got the results with without Nico. So I thought Nico was solid in his return.
Nico at 1.
Nico at
Drop
1.
Will Kennedy. I don't think they should do that, but it's an option they've been discussing.
So Sam Stonestreet, who's been scoring tries for fun the last few weeks, he unfortunately goes to the reserves with Ronaldo back. Hamlin Ueli drops off the bench. Nico Hines is back to his halfback role. Sio Sifa Talakai is listed among the reserves as he looks to return from a calf injury that's kept him out the last 2 weeks. Then this is the game. This is the one, Mick. Knights versus the Dolphins at McDonald Jones. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute rip snorter of a game.
What are the odds
crowd.
you reckon? You can check right now. It'd almost be $2 a piece.
It's going to be
something like $1.80 a piece.
I thought that the Dolphins were, they were. So it's Newcastle $1.70 favorites. Dolphins at $2.16. So
yeah, Ponga really
Ponga's been
up
outstanding.
last week. He's been great.
And let's go into those sides, Mick. So Frizzell is back on deck for the do or die clash. So Brody Jones, 5 Jonesma, he was special last week.
Jonesy.
He's back to the
no neck. He's the opposite of DCU.
Yeah, he is back to the bench. Tyson Gamble is also good to go. They're taking a gamble on Tyson in a do or die clash.
And I think that's the wrong gamble. You're throwing your money away.
He is on the bench. Will Price and Thomas Kant are the men to make way off the bench. And Kai Pearce-Paul, who suffered a horrific laceration to his leg in round 26, is listed among the reserves, so he could be one to come back. Then on the Finns, Jesse Bromwich is back, which could hopefully not potentially, or it could potentially be his last game in the NRL. And veteran playmaker Cody Nikorima return, which sees Mark Nichols revert to the bench and Isaiah Katoa drop to the reserves. That's pretty big considering how Katoa has performed this season, but Avarillo and Sean O'Sullivan combined,
surely there's something we're
very
missing
lovely.
I think it's just been a big much NRL the last month.
The Dolphins, from what I saw, is basically it was do or die last week against the Broncos. Bennett just did a heap of changes and tried to spark them back because they'd won like one game in about 6 weeks.
Ever since he signed with the Rabbits.
Yeah. So now it's about 2-7. Katoa barely played, or I think he was on the bench last week, but barely played anyway.
It's tough.
Kenny Bromwich moves into the starting side at lock, and Lachlan Hubner goes to 18th man. Kafusi has been named as well, pending his judiciary appeal tonight, seeking a downgrade.
That one wasn't that bad.
On his
it was
careless
late,
high
but
tackle.
I forget who the player was.
Reynolds
dropped it. Reynolds dropped it.
Yeah, Reynolds dropped it, and then he got hit
wasn't like
late.
a genuine shoulder charge.
I've seen way worse.
Maybe a week or two.
So there's some terrific games, Mick. Like if you look at it here, you've got Knights and Dolphins on the Sunday playing for, unless they draw, like you said, one of these two teams is going to be making getting that 8th spot. You've got the Sharks and Manly that have a bit of implications as well.
I'm not watching the Red V game, with respect.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying that Sharks Manly game's got some implications about where they could go. The Battle of the Spoon.
I'd like to see how the Roosters go without those players.
Yeah, the Roosters versus Rabbits in the Sydney Derby, and then as I said, you've got the Bulldogs Cowboys.
Yep.
Depending on that Manly result, They could both
I,
get.
I really like that Manly Sharks game.
Yeah.
Just want to see Nico step up. I think that
And it'll be interesting to see how Manly go without Turbo as well.
yeah, exactly.
See if they've developed much since the previous seasons where they've been quite diabolical without young Turbo. Look, Turbo's been exceptional. He has been really good the last few weeks. Anyway, Mick, let's cut to the chase, brother. Buy, hold, sell. Like I said,
This could take 3 minutes.
No, not even 3 minutes.
Two?
Probably less, 30 seconds. I think it's you just sell
Just
it. You just sell it.
Buy Haas.
I think no. Well, Haas is out injured. Remember.
Don't buy Haas.
Yes, we need to.
Sorry, that's my casual coming out.
No, that's all right, brother. Basically, you're going to sell anyone that's not playing this week if you've got trades left. Mick, you were saying you reckon 95 or 99% of coaches don't have
Most
any
people
trades
have already
left.
done.
Yeah.
Well, our leagues especially.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's head to head though. Surely some people like us, for example, we play.
If you do have a trade, let's pretend you have Fafita.
That's what I was saying.
And you need an edge.
I was just going to say, who do you reckon some real top options are this week for owners to go and buy if they have one player? Maybe let's go through an option for each position.
It's hard to go past like a Yao if you don't have him, but everyone would.
Yeah, he's in I think close to 30.
I want to say Preston.
30% of teams. Preston. Yeah, I like that. So edge buy of the week, let's say Preston.
Yeah, Preston.
Middle. Have you got a middle that you like this week?
Carrigan if you don't have him.
Yeah, Isaiah Yeo, Carrigan. Yeah, if you haven't got Isaiah Yeo, definitely get him. But Carrigan, I think, is a great option.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe
Hook. Are you thinking someone else? Like Warriors are obviously on the bye with Fanua Blake.
Yeah, Cam Murray's out. I just remember that.
Yeah. I think Carrigan, in my opinion, is the best outside of Yeo.
Maxi King, maybe?
Tarpany. Yeah. Tarpany's a good option if you don't have Tarpany.
A lot of people would have him.
He's in 9.6% of teams. Yo's in 32.3%. So I'd say let's go Carrigan. Carrigan is our buy of the week for the middles. Preston for the edge. What are we thinking hooker? Harry Grant after a week off.
Yeah.
Damien Cook.
Grant or Cook. Simple as that.
Half.
Oh.
So Fogarty returns.
Wouldn't get A-Ray.
Yeah, I wouldn't be getting Reynolds. Jerome Hughes, maybe, if you haven't got Jerome Hughes.
Ben Hunt was pitiful on the weekend, but in terms of fantasy, he was all right. I'd probably get Nico.
Dylan Brown?
Nico?
Yeah,
Nico. 750.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's fair. Centers?
Is Wishart playing hooker? He's great. Oh, wait. Sorry. Is Wishart playing in the halves? Or is he at 14?
Wishart is at 14.
Yeah, well, I don't get him. Sorry.
What is centers?
Oh, Herbie,
yeah. I don't.
Gagai, Lomax.
Herbie. I'd say Herbie or Gagai. I think they've been exceptional.
Oh, Dylan Lucas, is he on the edge? He is so good. I rate Dylan Lucas so
I like Dylan Lucas.
Yeah,
he's
on the edge. I'd almost say he's also an edge buy.
Yeah, just what concern obviously with Pierce Paul in that 22 jersey.
Yeah, that's true.
And then fullback. Teddy.
Yeah, I mean everyone has him, don't they?
Ponga.
Yeah.
They're very popular.
Lomax maybe.
Keeney.
Hammer was pretty good at center.
He was.
I like Keeney as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeney.
So yeah, look, any of those options. What about some captaincy options for the watchers and listeners? Isaiah Yeo, I think
I'd
is
suggest,
one.
He might get an early rest, but
yeah,
still,
he did on the
he
weekend.
Racks up so much points, doesn't matter.
He did on the weekend. He only played, I think, 72 minutes on the weekend and still scored 85 points.
I'm probably going to go Teddy. I think the Roosters will still be good, worse than the Rabbits.
Teddy looked very busy. And the Roosters were very clunky as well. Surely they won't be that clunky in this big game.
I think he'll
on the
step
weekend.
up, get a lot of ball.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Carrigan, maybe on the Thursday night.
Yeah, but Thursday night.
And Hughes and Grant against the woeful Bronx.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ponga. Do you like Ponga potentially against the Dolphins?
Yeah, I do like Ponga as well.
Yeah. So there's some good options there for buy, hold, sell, and some captaincy corner. As I said, if you want to keep playing over the after this week, you can continue to do the Bundy Mixer. Join the league there. We had a better week last week in the Bundy Mixer, which was good. And then you've also got the TPC live as well. You can go on the chance to win.
Yeah, I just completely missed that.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the go is there. Sort of give
Yeah,
you
you just
predictions.
basically give your predictions live, and you can go on the chance to win 2 grand final tickets. Not that either of our teams will be there, Mick, unfortunately, but
Yeah, no, brother. Knights and
yeah.
Dolphins have a
A
tie. We
draw.
win. We go through. We beat Storm.
Everyone
Oh,
draws.
no,
and
we
the,
went versus Storm versus probably Doggies.
yeah, everyone wins, and the Broncos beat the. Everyone draws, should I say? And the Broncos win by like 60
Yeah.
against the Storm. But no, if this will be, as I said, it could be our last one. But I'd like you said, Mick, I'd like to come back and do some NRL content as well.
Yeah, I'd love to give some predictions, mate.
Oh, let's have a prediction now. Who do you think's winning? Who do you think's winning the comp?
It's tough to say without Cleary being in the Penrith side, but I think they win again.
You think they win again?
Yeah. My preseason prediction was Roosters, but that's sort of out
last
the window.
week.
To be
Yeah,
honest.
I saw Paddy Gillespie and
I think
Hainsey were absolutely
if
devastated.
it's a rainy fixture, grand final, Doggies somehow make it. I think they genuine chance to win.
Doggies are my smoky.
I think
even
there are a lot of
after
people's
last
smokies.
after last week, but
Their defense is just so good, and that sort of wins comps. But it has to be a sort of low scoring affair, I think.
I just think the Storm. I thought what they did last week to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that was the easy answer, but
yeah,
it's
well,
tough to go past
I'd say
Penrith.
Penrith Storm. I think would be a great grand final.
Yeah.
But it will depend on Cleary and everything like that. But look, we'll go into those games potentially in future podcasts. But if not, thank you very much again for all the watches and listens this week and all the support. We will be back bigger and better, potentially doing Supercoach as well next year. So we're gonna be
content.
Yeah, we're gonna be diving in, trying
Let's get
to
to
give
30K.
you guys. Yeah, let's get to 30K. Give us a follow on YouTube as well. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Might start a Twitch stream door answering questions.
We might have to. But look, happy round 27. Let's look forward to some great football this weekend. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.